It is so important in our community to get these drugs off the streets.
Law enforcement in North Alabama working to get unwanted medications off the streets before they contribute to the opioid epidemic.
Plus, a motion withdrawn. Former Limestone County Sheriff Mike Blakely asking a judge to let him travel to Tennessee. The reason for the trip that could have him facing more trouble.
Adding to the arsenal, the director of the CDC giving the green light to expand COVID-19 booster shot eligibility to millions more Americans.
And a cool Friday night across North Alabama. Here's a look at the current temperatures right now. In the 50s in most areas. We're tracking what you can expect from Mother Nature this weekend. Thanks for joining us this evening for Wave 31 News at 10. I'm Nicole Williams.
And I'm Dan Schaefer. Law enforcement agencies are gearing up for National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Wave 31's Nicole Zedek joins us live from the Huntsville Police Department, where people can drop off their outdated or unwanted prescriptions tomorrow.
Nicole, break down what people need to know if they're planning on dropping off those unused medications.
Well, the main point is that it really couldn't be any easier. All you need to do is come here to this parking lot right across the street from the Huntsville Police Department. And there's going to be multiple different agencies and local organizations right here tomorrow from 8 a.m. until noon. All you have to do is drive by, drop off your prescription medications, and leave with a sense of relief, knowing that your unwanted prescriptions will not be contributing to the opioid epidemic.
Every day there's like a constant flow of calls between overdoses and or some type of call that's dealing with opiates.
Huntsville Police Department is receiving an overwhelming number of opiate-related calls.
It's an increasing, alarming rate of people who overdoses.
But this is not a new trend.
Just a few years ago, Alabama was the #1 state in the country. Not in the best of ways. We wrote more prescriptions for opioids than any other place in the country.
And now?
You're really hard-pressed to find somebody who has not been touched by the opioid epidemic.
The executive director of Partnership for a Drug-Free Community says people often don't know what to do with their drugs after they've recovered from surgery.
Every time you have a surgery, you're going to be prescribed some kind of pain medication. I hear from people all the time, they gave me all these pain pills and I took one or I didn't take any of them, so they need to get rid of those.
That's why medication take-back events are crucial in making sure unwanted opiates don't add to the opioid epidemic.
There's a whole bunch of us that work together to make this happen. That is because it is so important in our community to get these drugs off the streets.
If you can't come to the event right here tomorrow, don't worry. There's actually 15 different locations throughout Madison and Huntsville that are open all year round, where you can go any time of the year to drop off your unwanted medications. In fact, one of them is right here, right inside the Huntsville Police Department, and it's open 24/7. Reporting live in Huntsville, Nicole Zedek, Wave 31 News.
Nicole, thanks. The first medication take-back event in Huntsville was back in 2010. Since then, officials say more than 27,000 pounds of outdated and unwanted medications have been collected.
At 3 minutes after 10 o'clock, you're taking a live look above Decatur from our Wave 31 Sky Camera Network. A cool night across North Alabama to kick off the weekend. As we mentioned, temps generally in the lower 50s right now. Let's check in with meteorologist Rob Elvington.
He's in the Storm Tracker Weather Center for you right now, monitoring on nice Saturday and Sunday ahead. Rob, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, we got that cool overnight, cool start to your Saturday, but a really nice weekend shaping up for North Alabama. We were just looking at Decatur, clear skies right now, 50, so we'll be down into the upper 40s here pretty soon. 52 in Huntsville, 53 in Muscle Shoals, and 55 degrees in Guntersville. And we're likely going to see another round of some patchy fog setting up by the lakes and rivers like we saw this morning. Guntersville likely seeing some of that fog developing here in the overnight hours. But we are dry on the Wave 31 Storm Tracker early warning radar network. And most of the cloud cover we're seeing right now in the satellite, it's off to our northeast. It's moving away. So clear skies heading into this evening. But again, likely seeing some of that fog developing in the next couple of hours. But not too bad for your Saturday. We'll be down into the mid to upper 40s by tomorrow morning, closer to sunrise. Mid 70s. That's about 5 degrees warmer than this afternoon. And we're going to continue that warming trend into your Sunday with highs possibly touching 80 to wrap up the weekend. But there's a look at our next cold front. That races in by Monday. We'll talk more about that coming up.
We're taking a closer look into former Limestone County Sheriff Mike Blakely's legal troubles. Blakely, who is out on appeal bond, was sentenced to serve 3 years in jail after a jury convicted him of theft and ethics felony charges. We learned his attorneys filed a motion on his behalf earlier this week, asking a judge to let him travel outside the jurisdiction to show properties in Tennessee. Blakely told the courts he found employment in real estate. But he isn't licensed to do any real estate in Alabama or Tennessee. Both states, in fact, have hotlines you can call to report anyone trying to handle real estate transactions without a license. A third suspect is behind bars tonight in connection with the Decatur murder. U.S. Marshals arrested Kamis Yugusuk in Nashville last week. He was extradited to Decatur today, charged with capital murder in the shooting death of Rodney Fawcett. Decatur police say Fawcett was shot multiple times during a robbery at a Decatur apartment complex in July before dying weeks later.
The man accused of shooting and killing Sheffield Police Sergeant Nick Reisner will have to wait longer before facing a judge. Brian Martin's preliminary hearing was supposed to be next week, but it was moved to December. His new attorney requested the change after being pointed to the case this week. Martin faces 10 charges, including 4 counts of capital murder. UNA softball honored Sergeant Reisner and his family during its fall game tonight. The team changed its color to blue, and everyone wore shirts with Sierra 1 on the back. Those were Reisner's call letters. His daughter, Allie, threw out the first pitch to Sheffield Lieutenant Max Dodson, who was also shot in the line of duty.
Millions more Americans are now able to get a COVID-19 booster shot. The director of the CDC signed off on unanimous recommendations from her own agency's advisory panel, clearing the way for the doses to become more widely available, including here in Alabama. You're now also able to mix and match booster shots from different companies. 6 minutes after 10 o'clock, here's a live look at Toomer's Corner. Auburn University, along with the University of Alabama, notified their employees about the legal obligation to get vaccinated, thanks to President Biden's executive order. The universities say they could lose hundreds of millions of dollars in federal contracts and awards if they don't.
New tonight in the deadly shooting involving Alec Baldwin. Court records show an assistant director unwittingly handed Baldwin a loaded weapon and told him it was safe to use in the moments before the actor fatally shot a cinematographer. The assistant director referred to the gun as cold. Instead, the gun was loaded with live rounds. He pulled the trigger on set, killing Helena Hutchins.
And take a look at the forecast for the weekend. We're up to 80 by Sunday, but we're also tracking our next cold front racing in by Monday morning. We'll walk you through that next weather maker coming up.
Coverage you can count on. You're watching Way 31 News with Dan Schaefer, Nakel Williams, Chief Meteorologist Kate McKenna, Sports Director Nolan Knight, and the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Check, 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 check. Is it okay with you if I do the entire sports segment in an accent? Cajun. I was just going to do foghorn leghorn, but I mean, I guess it's all the same. I think that's Cajun. I think. What is that then? Okay. I say. That's all I know. I don't know anything else.
Weather coverage you can count on with meteorologist Rob Elvington and the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
Welcome back. We're already starting to see a few spots down into the upper 40s here at 10 o'clock. So a chilly start to your weekend. Most North Alabama should be into the mid to upper 40s. A little bit of that patchy fog, but we'll continue to warm things up. Even tomorrow, we're going to be back above normal for this time of the year, closer to 80 by Sunday. But there is the chance with our next cold front coming in on Monday that we could have a few strong storms embedded in that line. Something we'll have to watch closely. On the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network, we are clear. Most of the cloud cover from earlier, that is now off to the northeast, but we'll likely see some of that patchy fog setting up once again for tomorrow morning. Best chances will be closer to some of the river and lake basins, so the Paint Rock River, Lake Gunnersville, but that's going to clear out pretty quickly. By 10 a.m., we're back to mostly sunny skies, and look at tomorrow afternoon. We're up to 74 by 2 o'clock, 75 by 3 o'clock, on the way back down by 4 p.m., but that's with mostly sunny skies, just a few high thin clouds passing through the area. So there's a look at future radar and satellite. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Again, other than some of that fog, mostly clear skies. And it looks like most of the cloud cover and shower chances over the next 48 hours, they're going to stay off to our north and northwest. Occasionally seeing some of these passing clouds to your Saturday evening. That's about it. And if you look close enough, occasionally seeing a few showers closer to Nashville, but most of the data keeps that well off to the northwest all the way through your Sunday evening. Here's a look at the rainfall forecast. This goes all the way through 11 o'clock. You'll notice how the map really fills in once we get past this weekend. Several cold fronts moving in, and we expect anywhere from about 1 inch to 1.5 inches plus. Actually, that purple you see closer to Scottsboro, that's closer to 2 inches of rain over the next 7 days. So still a pretty active pattern for North Alabama. There's a look at that next rain chance coming in by 7 a.m. on Monday. So unfortunately, starting off the work week and the school week with some of that heavier rain. And once you get into these yellows and oranges on the map, likely thunderstorms. Again, some of those could be on the strong side. The line looking to weaken, though, as it moves through closer to the late morning hours and into your Monday afternoon. And we're pretty much done as we get closer to that Monday evening commute, again, to start the work week. And then we're done with that first cold front. Rain chances do go back down by Tuesday and then back up again with the next cold front coming in by Wednesday. But look at the temperatures. 80 on Sunday, 78 on Monday, 76 on Tuesday, 75 on Wednesday. Normal for this time of the year, it's closer to the low 70s by the time we make it to the middle of next week. And those overnight lows, 61 on Monday, 60 on Wednesday, those are about 15 degrees above normal. We'll be right back.